Well, look, Bill, your career started at the University of Pitt. How did you end up there?
Gosh, that's a great question. So I remember I got in high school, you got all those letters because that's all they had. They didn't have anything back then. All you got was letters sent to your house, and head coaches telling you they're interested in you, and they call your house. They want to talk to you. They come to your school and pull you out of class and want to meet with you. And so when I realized, look, I'm going to play football someplace in college, I said, hey, I'm going to keep it within a 5-hour drive of Philadelphia, where I grew up. And there was Rutgers, there was Temple, who at that time weren't very good. There was Penn State, there was Pittsburgh. And so I narrowed it down to that. And I got letters from everywhere, but I narrowed it down to, like, I wanted my family to be able to come see me in college, and I didn't want to be that far away. So then I compiled them all, and I built this little chart and ranked, like, where would I have opportunity to actually play? Where would I? What's the best degree? What college would be the most valuable? And Syracuse ranked up there, like, really high, and everything kind of pointed towards Syracuse. And Jackie Sherrill was head coach of Pittsburgh. He's very calculated. He brought myself, Chris Dolman, Russell Carter, Chris Carter, and there was one other player, Herschel Walker, on the last day of recruiting that was available. He brought us into Pittsburgh, and the Steelers were in the Super Bowl that weekend, January, whatever it was. And the whole town is, like, painted black and gold, and everybody is Steeler crazy. And we go up there for this visitation, and Jackie took my mom and dad out to dinner. And a long story short, on the way home, I knew and I felt that this is where I belong. And Syracuse, I think Mike Mahoney was the head coach at that time, and I just didn't get that comforting feeling that he's going to be there the whole time I was there. And so, yeah, that was it. It was a phenomenal weekend, and we left Pittsburgh Sunday morning, and my parents and I are like, this is where I'm going. Do you agree? And they're like, yeah. And that's when it happened. It just all gelled.
The amount of talent that was at Pitt during your time, unfreaking believable. If not for a knee injury in the NFL, would be in the Hall of Fame is Hugh Green. How special was Hugh Green and Ricky Jackson as outside linebackers?
So, yeah, we ran an odd front. We kind of ran at 3-4. Those two were outside stand-up linebackers, and then we had, 2 middle linebackers, and then we had, 3 down linemen, tackle, nose tackle, and defensive end. And, they were so dominating. Hugh Green was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, the baddest cat in the game, because we're Panthers, and he was. I mean, he was that. Ricky Jackson, they were actually looking at tape of in Biloxi, Mississippi, of, I think it was Rooster Jones, a running back, and they kept on seeing this other player flash, and that's how they found that's how they found Ricky Jackson, Pahokee, Florida, and they brought him up, and they got him all eligible to play, and he was a guy that just kept on growing every year. Every year just got better and better and better and better, and even through the NFL, and ended up being one of the all-time sackers. But he was just dogged determination. Hugh Green too, athletic ability, like a strong safety, and he's playing outside linebacker. You are right. If it wasn't for knee injury, he would be Hall of Fame material. But we had so much talent there. Carlton Williamson was our cornerback. He was a first-round draft choice of San Francisco as well. There was Jimbo Covert. There was Bill Frelick. There was Russ Grimm, a Hall of Famer. There's Dan Marino. I mean, it went on and on and on. Even the backup players were really, really good players that went on to have NFL careers, and they couldn't start at Pitt. It was funny. It was a weird time.
And when I look at the offensive linemen that were there at that time,
and we didn't run the ball. I just said Mark May, Bill Frelick, Russ Grimm, Jimbo Covert. You know, I mean, Jimbo's going in the Hall of Fame this year. So there's two, Frelick and Mark May. They're teetering on Hall of Fame.
Well, those are two college Hall of Famers. So it's unbelievable. And to have to go against those guys, you had no choice but to get better and better.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even kidding you. When I played on Saturdays, it was like a relief because I didn't have to go against those guys. You know, and I'm not kidding you. When I went to the Kansas City Chiefs, I thought, oh my gosh, these guys are horrible. I thought our offensive line was absolutely horrible because of what I had to go against every single day in practice. I'd rather, do the upland game bird stuff with pheasant and quail and watch the dogs work and walk with a group of friends.
Offshore fishing or river, stream?
Yeah, we fly fish. My wife and I like to fly fish. We travel around, go find different places, and something we enjoy.
Well, look, really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.
Brad, I appreciate it. I'd like to listen to all your players' interviews that you have. It's good stuff that you do this.